Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Fray Fight, another bullet-heavy game, this time made by the Clicker Heroes devs. Let's just dive right in, then we'll talk about some other stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do some grinding before I can get any of these, so do we want to do her or Boomerang? Alright, let's do this. So it looks like Boomerang has a pierce, moves back through. We're kind of in a much smaller environment than I thought I was going to be. Well, make that work, or I'll just die horribly. We'll see. Oh boy. I see. So I'm supposed to last X number of waves, grab as much money as I can, and then maybe something happens. I don't know if I have to hook up all of these. Okay, shoot at random ricocheting lines, or a spiky ball. Or +1 shop items. Let's just grab that and go. Looks like I could keep picking things up. I am getting clobbered here. Alright. I think there's only so much I can do about this. I know there's a hefty meta progression system. Oh, those are the lines. Yeah, they just don't come up that often. I was expecting something a little closer to the rune tracer, but I was wrong. Okay, and we want as many of those purple crystals, because that's the meta progression. Ooh. Okay, Boomerang, extra damage. Sounds good. Grab both of those. Hope for the best. Now I've got a little bit of regen, which I did not have before. It's just I'm gonna need a couple of those, otherwise I'm gonna get crushed. Okay, those piercing lines are actually not terrible. They don't fire off very often, but they're not bad. Alright. And since now I know gold... Ow. Let's see. Leave a trail of fire behind you. I like that. Oh, that's really good, actually. Oh, please tell me the money doesn't disappear. I don't think it does. I think it just keeps kind of flashing. Alright, let's just try and grab what we can. I was trying to be much more aggressive earlier, but now I'm going to... Well, I don't know. Probably get surrounded here. I'm still kind of slow, and my hitbox is very large. Alright. Let's just kind of scoot through. Come on. Yeah, that fire path does actually really nice damage. I might invest more into that if I can. Okay, volley of arrows at mobs. Reduce item costs. Is that going to help me too much? I'm going to grab those two. We'll just open up for some better options. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any kind of magnet range for this game, because that would actually be rather helpful. Okay. Ow, you really cannot shoot for the gap on this one. You know, 20 minutes till midnight, the other Bullet Heaven that came out this week, you know, just yesterday, I think. That one, you really can scoot through, like, gaps between enemies really effectively, and it's pretty impressive. This one, not so much so. Alright. Need to grab as much money as I can, though I do not want to get clobbered. Okay, extra bouncy lines, extra regen, reduce cooldown, extra damage per mob, killed for that wave. Probably gonna do both of those for the time being. Let's keep snagging as many souls as we can. It definitely feels like you need to focus on the meta progression to some degree. Just to actually have a decent chance here. I could be wrong, but it definitely feels kind of punishing. I'm curious what the maximum wave amount is. I guess there's a little bit of magnetism, but it ain't much. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think the fire is going to save me here. Since all the enemies kind of arrive around the edges and then just slowly surround me, and I don't have a small hitbox, I'm pretty much dead. Well, that's fine. Okay, so let's take a look at upgrades. This isn't bad. I was expecting this to be worse. Let's see. Interest when skipping shops. Interesting. Wait. Coin pickup range. Cooldown reduction, item cost. How many different levels of this are there? Oh no, it's looped back around. I'm gonna go for the pickup range, probably. Okay, that's not bad. This, I don't feel great about. I don't feel terrible, just looking at it, namely because, like, I don't even know how many souls you really need to unlock everything. I don't know about these characters. So you'd have to spend at least, like, $5 to get the characters plus some of the meta upgrades. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not big on the idea of Bullet Heaven starting to go the way of mobile games, because that just feels kind of icky to me. Obviously that's kind of more of a personal thing. As somebody that pretty much has no connection to mobile gaming at all, nor interest for the most part. You know, it's more of kind of like a shurikens in the direction you're facing. I'm gonna just grab the gold magnet. Okay, so the enemies don't disappear between waves. It's not like Brotato, where you're just going until, or you go until the end of the wave, then all the enemies reset. Okay. This character's got some really good damage. It's just the, let's see. The fact that I can't shoot up or down is kind of rough. Odin's Orb throws Spiky Ball. I want that regen, but let's try the Orb. I need more damage. There we go. Hopefully the Orb will shoot at other things too. Otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Also, that magnet range is still pretty pathetic. I was expecting it to be much more aggressive. But is what it is. Let's see. But no, I don't know. I find most mobile games tend to be kind of predatory in a way that I don't really appreciate as a player or a content creator. Let's see. Bonus damage. Our graph. Not big on the orb too much. Like, the damage is good, but I need something that cuts through, you know, multiple weak mobs rather than something that does a lot of damage. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, what was I even looking at? Well, I mean, I guess Diablo Immortal has been kind of the public... I hate to use the phrase, like, whipping boy, because I feel like that has kind of negative connotations. It's not exactly a healthy concept. Okay, extra spear damage, occasionally spawn a healing fountain. Well, I'm gonna need that. There we go. Yeesh. Just kind of keep corralling them. I like the pierce on the damage for this arrow, but we need something else to kind of carry me. Ooh. I am getting clobbered. Well, at least the healing fountains are actually, like, doing a decent job. And yeah, we want to grab as many of these purple crystals as possible. I think I'm going to stay away from the magnet range. Considering the environments are so small on this, I don't think it's particularly necessary. Okay, crit damage. None of these are that helpful. Ooh, spawn a ballista. That sounds kind of great. I mean, probably too late for this run. But stealth sounds neat. Okay. Let's just scoot. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll survive. No. 40 seconds? and pretty much a singular hit is going to do me in. Yeah, I'm surrounded at this point. I died. It's fine. Let's see. Can I afford anything? Some things, yes. So crit chance. But damage. And max health. Okay, well, do we go back to Hildur? Oh, and yeah, some of these later characters actually have like a starting relic maybe. Or a relic? I guess they have 2 starting items instead. Yeah, let's just roll boomerangs, see what we can do with it. Yeah, I think the boomerangs are better. You don't have to worry about aiming them. They might not necessarily fly at what you need them to fly at, but they actually, yeah, no, they're just better across the board than the arrows. I would like to grab the money, but I think I'm not going to be able to. Let's just grab barter. Okay. Interesting. What the heck are you? It's a goldfly. Unfortunately, my boomerangs don't seem to care about enemy density or anything. They just pick a random target within range. Well, mostly works. I just really need some more max HP at some point. Okay, orb. The armor plate is tempting, but let's go for the spiky ball for now. Looks like the spiky ball just flies out straight in front of me. Oh, that's what it does. That's actually really good. Let's see. Unfortunately, I do actually have to hit enemies with it. Otherwise, it's kind of functionally useless to me. Okay, how much gold do I have? Not enough. But we'll get a little bit more. Okay, magic missile at the nearest mob. Yeah. Oop. Ow. Yeah, gotta be careful about that. And we really gotta start investing hard into healing and survivability. Some of the meta progression upgrades on healing and survivability would probably be really useful. There we go. Enemy death noises are really weird. It's like, eh. Okay. You know, those magic missiles are not terrible. Let's see. Let's go for the next level of barter, magic missile, and extra shop items. Okay, here we go. Now we're kind of getting into business. Because the magic missiles either have a limited number of hits that they can do, or they... Well, this hurts. Either they have a limited amount, or it's just distance. I might not survive this one. Just because giant hitbox, too many enemies, not enough damage. Oh well. I mean, who knows? I might be able to turn this back around. But I mostly need healing at this point, otherwise I'm in trouble. Well, that's big. Just no health. Which is a problem. Ooh, I gotta survive this for a minute. Then again, I have killed a lot of enemies. And normally when I start a round, I'm already like halfway surrounded by all of the enemies I didn't kill last time. But I think this time I'm still in trouble. Yeah, I think that armor would have actually been maybe more worth it. Even than the spiky ball. That's okay. Upgrades. What do we do? So I can get a little bit of health regen per second, which is not terrible, or we could just flat block damage, which is actually just as good. What else do we have? Here, can I respec? Yeah, let's get 36, see what happens. Yeah, reduced reroll costs, damage block. Oh, I can actually... Oh, they get more expensive. Sure, let's grab both of those. The health regen would be nice, but taking considerably less damage seems maybe better. I'm struggling a little bit with this just because it feels... it feels rougher right off the bat than most of the other bullet heavens that I've put time into over the last couple months. Namely, you know, the huge hitboxes are kind of awkward, and the cash shop meta progression just feels weird. I'm gonna go for the armor plate. I want more damage, but if I take like nothing from these guys, then it doesn't matter as much. And my boomerangs are actually really good in groups, so it's kind of fine to not have bonus damage for a little while. Oh, that's funny. I don't think they do damage to me. At least not currently. Let's see. Oh, explosive would have been great. Alas. Yeah, so I've currently got 4 armor, and it's making a massive difference. So I might actually be able to just get by with pure boomerangs. Okay, the red skeletons I think can hurt me. Yeah. And my damage isn't quite to the point where I can actually reliably fight my way through them. Ooh. Yeah, now we're getting smacked around. The lack of firepower is going to be problematic. I don't think the rats can hurt me. Oh, and I am healing very, very slowly. Okay, and that fire trail we already know is pretty strong. Yeah, I think the real answer is just I needed a little bit more durability. And now that I have it, I am in a much, much better spot than I was before. Huh. And I do have a very slow natural heal. I was not aware. Let's see, and I'm pretty sure the goblins... Yeah, goblins can't hit me. I sincerely hope this does not get fixed. Because it's certainly a lot easier. Okay, area of effect that slows mobs. More armor plating. Volley of arrows. I need some extra damage, especially because we're going to be running into enemies that I can't just reliably beat. Wait, what? Oh, that's how that works. Okay. The volley of arrows is kind of random, unfortunately. You know, what it decides to hit. But when it does hit, it does a good job. Alright. I'm warming up to this. I think we just needed the right meta progression to do well. And now that we've done it, now it's a lot easier. There we go. Grab these. Okay, extra brimstone duration. Extra max health is kind of tempting, but let's go brimstone duration and more options. I'm gonna keep pushing that. And what I'd like to do is actually increase the brimstone damage. Duration is good, because it means more enemies are going to be affected by it, but what I want it to do is actually just murk. And then obviously, anytime we see armor go by, I must. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to kind of flee in straight lines if I want the fire to actually do some damage. I guess if I zigzag, that drags them through it. The other thing to remember is that most enemies still don't hurt me. So fleeing through spiders, for example, is perfectly fine. Spiders can't handle me. Let's see. I'm just gonna do that. The tornadoes seem interesting, but probably not that helpful. There we go. Yeah, I can just cook these guys. Okay, can the goblins hurt me? Yes, they can. They don't do a whole lot of damage, but they can hurt me. Okay, flee through the rats, because the rats are safe. This is kind of an unusual setup. I'm not used to being able to specifically ignore certain mobs. So spiders, for example, are non-threats. Maybe the red slimes? I don't know. I think even the red slimes are... Nope. Red slimes can hurt me. Rats are safe. Plants? Nope, plants are not safe. Okay. So let's barter again. And I'm gonna grab the ballista. Because they're either going to be incredible or incredibly useless, and I'm not sure. Okay, they got piercing bolts. That actually, this seems a little bit more promising. How much damage do they do? About 10? Yeah, they just don't last long. Which is a bit of an issue. Okay, right. Then flee through the spiders. And it looks like I pretty much keep one ballista up constantly. There we go. I'm in a better place than I was the last couple times I played this. Or played this last couple rounds? I don't know. Words and things are hard. Grab all that. And then I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the resources, but maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, extra boomerang damage is really good. Barter further. Bolt damage. I think I have to go for the boomerang damage. Oh, that health regen is tempting, though. I'm gonna do it. Like, my damage is fine. My survivability is suspect. Yeah, especially because these golems... Holy smokes, these golems. They should not be touched. I think I made the right call on that. I think the only, like, strict damage thing that I really feel like I need... Ah, shoot. Would be more fire damage. Yep. I can just swim through rats like nobody's business. Everything else is not safe, but the rats and spiders I know I can just ignore. He actually hit me. There was a rat explosion? I'm confused. Okay. And the spiders still aren't much of a problem. The big guys are. I have to be leery of them. I go grab as much money as I can. And what do we have? Air volley duration, that's kind of good. Grab the spiky ball, also good. Boomerang damage. I think I can get a couple things. Grab those. Whoa! What? What the hell? Ow. Ow. There's an actual boss monster. The actual boss monster is, rude. Are those homing? No. But they do hurt really badly. Yeah, some movement speed would be a huge boon on this guy. The fire messes him up really bad, though. If I can just not get killed for a little bit longer, we're good. Alright. The start of this level just dumped me in with all the mobs, and I was not ready for that. Let's see. Okay. Considering dying, let's go with those. So I'm a little faster now. I've got some more HP, so I've got some leeway to survive. And even more armor block. Because I'm not sure... Okay, doesn't look like crows can hurt me. So that's good. What about the big dudes? Big dudes can hurt me. Rough. And they're damn tanky, too. Please don't spawn on my head. I'm not ready for that quite yet. Ow. Ow. Oh, I've got like half a minute left. I'll see what I can do. At least we're gonna have an amount of meta progression that I can kind of rely on. To at least maybe, hopefully get me something nice. 8 seconds. Let's just scoot the outside. 2, 1, ow. Well, let's see what we can get. More of that. Brimstone Walker, yes. Mobs stay burning after walking in flames. What? Did we get... Oh, we got an evolution. And you know what? I'm gonna grab the honey pot. Now, if only I could set that honey on fire. That'd really do the trick. Okay. Let's just scoot. Though we know the spiders can't hurt me. Can the brown slimes? The brown slimes can, but just barely. Okay. So, I don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We're definitely tougher than we were. But it's going to be really hard for me to actually, you know, scale my damage. Or my damage? Scale my HP. Get my HP back up to what it was from before. I think currently I'm slightly in trouble, though that arrow rain is kind of clutch here. Okay, no, we're still healing. Alright. Maybe I'll have an easier time of this than I thought. Okay, let's let them burn. Right, spiders cannot hurt me. Alright, so what do we want to do? Soul Catcher, 0.25 damage per mob killed for that wave. Seems okay. I'm thinking we get probably those two. And the extra shop items. There we go. Other get hit by the red slimes. Actually, can the... Yeah, the red slimes do like 2 damage to me. This isn't so bad. What about the plants? Plants do about 3? Not a happy place to be, but I'll take it. I'm doing, honestly, not bad. I'll have to think about what how I feel about that ballista. I love the idea of it. The execution, I think, is a little bit more questionable. Okay. It does a decent shot. I wish it would aim for the densest enemy groups, but I also know that, you know, that would be maybe too powerful. Okay, so the skeleton knights are punchier. Yeah, we're starting to hit death zones. There's just too many enemies, and I don't do enough damage to actually clear them all out at this point. I'm still kind of happy. I did rather well. If I'm going to die, let's grab as many metacrystals as I possibly can. Okay, so what can we get with this? Duration, boomerang damage, firewalker. I guess let's go berserk. Because that might give me the edge that I need. It unfortunately does not seem to have improved my my fire path damage enough to actually be worth like a statistical increase. Either that or that one's not affected by damage ups. I'm not sure. Okay. Grab our last couple bits of meta progression. And then kind of wait for death. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll get really lucky here. But I'm not betting on it. Yep, dead. It's fine. Okay, let's take a look at upgrades. What can we get? Because honestly, putting more and more into blocking damage seems really good. More so than anything else. The 2.5% interest when skipping shops might actually be really good. You could get that up to a 10% interest over and over and over again. I could see that being really solid later. Right now, I'm barely surviving. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more. So now that I have all that bonus durability, let's see what I can do with it. It seems like, once again, if you can really stack... get 1,000 gold within one run. Well, certainly wasn't this one. Now, spiders... Okay, spiders can't hurt me, goblins can, but goblins can't hurt me that badly. Things we want... Obviously, that discount is huge, because if I can get that discount, real high... Ooh... If I can get that discount really high, then we're probably in our best spot. Can the goblins even hit me at this point? I have no idea. I've got 6 damage blocking, which is pretty good. What about red skeletons? Okay, they do 1 damage to me. Yeah, whenever we see armor go by, I have to pick it. It's the rule. Which means, to some degree, we might actually want to prioritize options more than anything else. You know, do what I can, but the, like, the boomerangs do enough damage for a while. Especially if I can hang out in large clusters of mobs that can't hurt me. Like, Mortar and Pestle might be pretty good. But no, let's just expand the amount of options that I have available to me. And see what I can do. This is a very, very strange bullet heaven, just in terms of, like, making it work. Okay, so the white skeletons can't hurt me. So I can't exactly rely on that in the same way, but that's fine. So, overall impressions of this are good. I think it really depends on what you're looking for, because the meta progression certainly feels like it's going to make an impact, maybe more of an impact than I wouldn't exactly say than expected. Okay, I have just enough for a barter and a brimstone. Brimstone is worth it. Just baseline. I don't know if I'll bother with any of the other upgrades. Even the duration seems kind of okay. Let's see. Whereas, you know, it's just base form is generally enough to cook most enemies, including the boss. Alright, even the goblins... Oh, no, goblins can't hurt me. I'd forgotten that. It's fine. They barely hurt me, and I have just enough regen that I should heal back up to full, no problem. I'm just gonna plow through these guys for a hot second, grab as much as I can. And just extra shop items. I am really trying to get that defense up, because, yeah, if I can get it up to, like, 10? 12? Higher? You know, how high can you stack armor in this game? At what point does it stop you? Does it stop you? Can it stop you? I'm not sure, but if I can get the answer to that question, I think we'll be, well, I don't know, have a better idea of, or we'll have a better way of kind of planning certain runs and then abusing it harder. I do like the item stacking. I think the weapon variety is interesting. Some are definitely a lot more useful than others. I actually want to grab the healing fountain perk if we can. Alright. Plus 2 damage blocked. And more shop items. Because the other one would be bargain. Because if I can really push the bargain really high, then we should be able to just kind of really cook our way through this. Big green guy's tough. It's okay. He'll die eventually. The big worry is actually the level 10 boss. But I kind of want to accrue as much power as I can before that, before we get to that point. Okay. Keep cooking rats here. Can the plants hurt me? No, the plants currently can't hit me. The goblins can't hit me either. Okay. Well, that's encouraging. Red slimes? No. So currently only the really big enemies seem to pose a credible threat to my person. And let's... I want that rotating attack, but not that badly. Alright, what about you? Can you hurt me? Yeah. Okay. So there are certain enemies I don't think I'm going to be able to out-armor. Unfortunately. I do have some water. Okay, I should probably... Let's just switch hands. Yeah. Okay, so the winged guys I can't avoid damage from, but all the other trash mobs I can. That's still kind of fine. I think something else hit me in there. Might have actually been the winged guy. But yeah, the rest of these I can just literally walk through, and there's just nothing. They are going to nerf this into the ground, I am sure. I hope they don't, just because this game's hard enough as it is, but it would not surprise me if there was not some hefty nerfing for one or two strategies. I'm sure there's some kind of weapon combo that I haven't found yet that's really busted too. But I mean, being borderline invincible is pretty busted. Yeah. I mean, otherwise we grab the flail for once. I don't know. Okay, can the golems hurt me? Yes. Oh boy, can they. Yeah, they do still do 17 damage to me. Even though, oh god. So if they do 17 damage to me, does that mean they normally do like 30? It's got to be something like that. Because yeah, I've currently got an armor of 12, I think it is. And so if they can still hit me for vaguely about 17, then they got to be swinging for about 30 damage per shot. Well, luckily, like I said, I have just enough natural health regen that that's not much of a problem. There we go. Oh, I think I got hit by another golem. Ow. We might want to grab the healing fountain upgrade at some point. It didn't have to be immediate, but I feel like that could actually work really well in my favor. And yeah, we want these guys to be generally clustered around me. I don't know what's going on with the spiders, why they've just given up the ghost and no longer have any interest in fighting. Let's see. Sure. Reflect... I'm not sure what that does. Do I do contact damage now? I think I do. I think I do contact damage. Okay. I'll take it. Yeah, so I can just walk through rats, for example, and they'll just melt. Same thing with spiders, the spiders get kind of uncomfortable when I try and do anything, actually. There we go. Treants, hurt me. How much? About 6. Okay. Ow. I do really appreciate that this run has taken this kind of direction. It's not something I would have expected. Am I throwing boomerangs out? I am still. Yes. That's good. Ow. Okay, so I think these guys only do like 4 or 5 damage to me at this point. Let's see. Well... let's avoid those rocks. Come here, sir. Please melt. Please melt on my behalf. Please continue to melt. There we go. Ow, I think he hit me. It's fine. Come on, keep chasing me. I am but a wee toasty lad. Ow. Well, he dead. Alright. Grab as much money as we can. The rest of this we'll have to pick up between... or start of the next wave, but that's fine. Let's see. Extra rotating items. Very tempting. Let's go for more shop items. There we go. Alright, so now I've got 4 of these. And yeah, let's just pick up everything. Magnet range isn't really that helpful on this map. I think it's way more important. How much damage does he do? Wait. Oh, even these guys don't do damage to me now. Oh, that's a relief. Yeah, so I think once again, stacking armor like crazy, regardless of whether or not it even makes viable sense from like a combat perspective, or from like a, you know, if most enemies already can't hurt me, why stack more? But at the same time, like, if I can keep ahead of the damage curve, because there's got to be a hard cap on how much damage enemies can do. Because if you're not speccing armor, they'll just one-shot you if they get too high. The real issue would be how prevalent are armor pickups? And the answer is, I don't know? Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'm gonna drink some water. Guess I should probably grab some currency. 76? Not bad. There we go. Yeah, the rotating fires were mostly the right idea. I might want to grab, like, the flail if I can. If that goes by. Let's see. Well, we want the armor plating. I'm gonna grab the extra... that. And, I don't know. I'm gonna grab the Fountain of Youth. Mainly just because every once in a while there's actually something that does some damage to me. And some hard healing would be probably really good. Yeah, can these guys even hurt me now? Yes, they can. Ooh, trees hurt. Okay, so I can't take trees lightly. This is why I wanted the, I want the fountains. Because, yeah, these guys can't hurt me. And then a fountain's gonna pop up at some point, and I'll be able to heal back up to full. What an absolute ridiculous setup I've managed to accrue here. They are going to nerf this, and just... I'm a little sad about that. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes there's kind of a benefit. Well, I don't know. To leaving your game broken. The only immediate problem is that this game is probably meant to really drip feed power scaling, so you have to constantly keep working for it. So there's, you know, it's more and more tempting to just buy the power boost from the cash shop. I don't know. I could talk more at length on that one, but I think most people probably can figure out how I feel about that kind of thing. Let's see, more rotating items, and that's it. Yeah, because the more of these I have rotating around me, just the more damage I'm doing. I was hoping for some more armor so we can ward off the trees, but alas, not there yet. I don't know how tough the trees are. They're not that tough, and the big benefit is they're not that plentiful. There's only a handful of them. So as long as they don't let the tree touch me too much, we're good. There we go. We might also want to start really pushing movement speed, because the bosses seem to be particularly vulnerable to, I guess, just being dodged around. I got hiccups. That's unfortunate. They're really freaking painful today. Ow. Oh well. Let's see. Gosh, what else was I gonna say? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Nope. These hiccups are not going away. Okay, there we go. Hiccups are gone. So, I think the real answer is just like I have almost no connection to mobile gaming or mobile gaming practices. Pay to win has always been, you know, kind of a dirty word for me, and I just kind of stick to that. Let's see. Barter, yes. Bouncy lines, maybe? I could also re-roll, but that seems really wasteful. Let's see. Or, more health regen. Let's just embrace immortality. How much damage do they do? 11. Oof. So yeah, I need to get like 5 or 6 more to be tree proof. I can't imagine the trees are going to be the hardest enemy of the game here. What am I thinking of? Whaling, cash shops, and whatnot. You know, I will whale for a game that I believe in or that I really enjoy that has really good cosmetics. And I've definitely done it with Guild Wars 2. I think I've paid for that game many times over via cosmetics for both Shell and myself, and I regret nothing because, you know, I feel it feels like it's largely kind of optional, supports the devs, and I get to look sick doing it. Whereas often when it comes to like pay to win stuff where it's just like pay this currency to skip the grind, it's like it doesn't feel good to me. Warframe comes to mind a little bit. I love Warframe. I think it's a fantastic game, but I absolutely despise the whole affinity and credit boosters because you kind of need them. Otherwise, everything takes just a little bit too long. And yeah, there are ways around it. But, you know, if you want to get a frame... if you want to, you know, get a frame properly boosted to maximum, you really have to do quite a lot of work. In a way that might not actually be good? Let's see. I don't really have a whole lot of damage here, do I? That's a bit of a worry. Good enough. I'm actually surprised we haven't run into any other unit groups other than these guys, but I don't know. But so like for me, for Warframe, I wouldn't even mind paying for like a permanent version of those boosters or something, but the fact that it's just like, okay, pay for a booster for a month and then it's gone and you have to buy another one, and I'm like, I mean, I guess, you know, if you're a really committed Warframe player, that's not even that expensive or problematic, but for somebody that likes playing these games casually, what it has done, it has effectively forced me to never play the game again, because I think to myself, well, why put in the time, you know, why put in the money when I don't have the time? You know, I just want to play a couple hours of Warframe, you know, here and there for funsies, but you gotta buy that booster, then you've really gotta, you know, commit to playing more of it. You don't have to, but it's kind of wasteful if you don't. I have the same problem with season passes. You know, if you're gonna do a season pass for an MMO, please keep all of the seasons around and let me just chip away at each and every one of them in a linear fashion. And, you know, if the story mode has to be kind of taken away because living story or whatnot, okay, kind of, but I don't know, I still think like Guild Wars, for example, does that very well. Or well, Guild Wars or Final Fantasy 14. Let's see, grab these, grab that. How much money do I have? More health regen. I don't know if health regen evolves, but I feel like I should try and see if it does. Ow. These trees have a slightly larger hitbox than it looks. And the other option I do have is just trying to plow through them en masse. I like how at this point it's just sending more and more dudes at me, as if that's going to change anything. Like, sure, it's kind of hard to listen to and look at, but, you know, eh. The problem with things like what I'm talking about, you know, cosmetics and whatnot, is a little harder to justify it for like a smaller indie game. You know, if it was just like, hey, buy all of these cosmetics, I'm like, yeah, I'm good, I'll just play the game normally and just not even think about it. And so, I don't know. I think the other difficulty is that in a market that is already saturating itself, you know, to the extreme, but is also dirt cheap, it seems kind of questionably risky to try and over monetize it. Because like Vampire Survivors is $3, Spirit Hunters is $4 or $5. Let's see, can I get 2? I could go for the movement speed, but I think I'm gonna go, let's do boomerang and mortar and pestle. I don't know if mortar and pestle is going to evolve, but it's worth a shot. Now, do these guys hurt me? Yes, they do. Okay, so I can't just ignore the demon dudes. Luckily, only a couple of demon dudes spawn per level, and then I can go back to just standing around. Ow. And they've got a bigger hitbox than I thought they would. Do these guys hurt me? No. Okay. So the skeletons cannot harm me. There we go. Grab everything. And, like, realistically... Oh, there it is. Realistically, I am farming a decent amount of resources fairly quickly here. So it's not like it's that bad. I don't know. I am definitely biased here, and it's hard to be fully impartial. But it is fun. Like, I'll give credit where credit is due. This is a decent, you know, bullet heaven, kind of. One of my other big question marks is, like, is this actually even survivable through regular play, or is it only survivable because I am actually just incapable of being harmed? I don't know. Okay, more rotating items. Yes. Do I want the mortar and pestle though? Nah. Let's rotate more. Oh, it added another layer. That's solid. Yeah. I don't mind being a living constellation. Now, okay. So actually the rock boys do a lot of damage. So I'll keep that in mind. I'm curious about the ghosts. Can they harm me? No, looks like ghosts are trash mobs. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about this, or hadn't been paying attention the last couple runs, but like the really hard enemies, like the golems, only a handful of them show up per level, and then otherwise you're largely being mobbed with you know, ghosts and rats and spiders and stuff, things that don't do that much damage, but just exist to kind of block shots so the bigger guys have a chance to survive longer and hit you. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's mostly just from the perspective of focus fire the golems down, then just stand there and wait for enemies to die. Okay, so the fountains don't last forever, but they're there as an option if and when I need them, and I will need them. Damaging a mob triggers lightning. That sounds great. Let's grab barter first. Well, this got stupid. It doesn't seem to do that much damage, but considering I am nothing but spam fire, that lightning damage is kind of ridiculous. Because yeah, it's what, 2 damage per tick of lightning? But since I'm hitting everything constantly, they're just getting shredded. It works for me. I definitely needed something like this. Because, wow, I'm clearing mobs faster. I still have major questions on whether or not these levels would be survivable if it wasn't for the, you know, mega cheese that I was, you know, cultivating in this weird armpit of a run. It's kind of nice though. You know, we can just go full podcast here. Just hang out, chat, say hi. Think about lunch. I don't even know if I'm that hungry. Just had a bowl of cereal before I started this video, and I was just like, eh. I know lunch is soon, but I'm hungry now. I don't want to wait. I just had pad thai yesterday. I can't ask for more. Let's see. Cooldown? Nah, cooldown doesn't help. More of these, and I think we've got a boss fight. Hello. Okay, so he's got a... Huh. Alright. That happened. Maxing out barter would be nice, but let's ignore this for a second. Let's see what the flail does. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little bit of an artifact going on at the edge of her helmet that, you know, there's like a stray pixel at the back of her head that wasn't cleaned up. Doesn't matter too much. It's there. So, okay, you don't actually have to hit them with the flail head. You can just swing. Alright, so I think we're gonna call it quits for here. This is an interesting... it's an interesting bullet heaven. I think the big issues for me are going to boil down to, unlike most of them which feel fairly balanced right from the get-go, this one feels like it needs a pass. And I think there will be people that really enjoy this one. The seemingly near infinite item stacking, the kind of busted potential of just having nothing but defense, various weapons, does have weapon evolutions, though it seems to be more of like, you get a cool trait. Yeah, let's try, let's get those two. I want to see enemies exploding. Okay, yeah, that seems pretty good. I don't know how much damage it does, because most enemies are dead before they explode, but still. Either way, so I guess I might as well say at this point, I'm just gonna stand here. So Fray Fight, Fray Fight, not Fray Fight, is going to be available on Steam in like a couple hours, like 14, 15 hours from when this video goes out, or maybe it's even like 12. It's not too long of a wait, and it is free to play, but with a big ol' asterisk on it of, it's probably actually the least free. Bonus explosion damage. I don't care that much though. But you know, obviously with the hefty meta progression, cash shop system, and you know, requirements to, how much damage does he do? He does a lot. You know, if you want to unlock the good characters, you are probably going to want to spend money on it. Otherwise, it's going to take multiple hours worth of grind runs. And also, maybe the Frost Boss will just continuously insta-give people. Maybe I did something wrong there, but I went from 200 HP down to nothing. And I had more armor than was sensible, so... whatever happened there was either a bug or intentionally a rocks fall, everybody dies because you're too powerful and we now need to stop you. I don't know. Ooh, bonus flail damage. Sure, I could go for the Fountain of Youth. I can get both, but nah, let's not. I don't even know why I'm really planning around this, because my main goal on this run is just to not be here. We're gonna go hug a golem. So, anyway, it'll be out fairly soon if you guys want to pick this up. Otherwise, I guess if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new indie games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons of them to check out. But with that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.